Hello, good morning everybody, or good afternoon, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to another
Folkestone.
video. Where are we?
Folkestone.
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 Folk.
Folkestone. Right, what are we doing today, Rebecca?
I have no idea.
Right, we're meeting. We've got some special guests today who are Andy and Victoria from Calling All Stations. So we are a little bit early because that's kind of
what he does.
Yeah. So we're going to go and find them, I think, from their train, because they're getting the train down. We cheated and drove, and we're having a look today at Folkestone Harbour and the disused station, and just in a general little vlog. So yeah, enjoy. So, as we mentioned, you join us at Folkestone Harbour, where we're exploring the harbour. And we're joined today, as we said, by... Hello!
Hello!
Calling All Stations. Right, quick intro. You may have already seen their channel, but this is Calling All Stations. Do you want to just give a little bit of blurb about your channel, what you're setting out to do?
I really don't know what I'm trying.
I completely caught you. What's my channel about?
I'd love to know what I'm trying to do most of the time. I do railway sort of adventure stuff like you do. I've done races across London, Manchester. I also started the channel because of model railwaying, and I built model railways and things like that. But I love coming out and exploring railways, old infrastructure, new trains, the whole railway shebang. So
fantastic.
Come and visit my channel.
Visit channel. Links. Where's the link? Up there.
Up there.
Right, so Rebecca, have you done the research today about Folkestone Harbour?
No. Have you done the research?
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
Right, Andy, any knowledge? We've done no research there, we just rocked up here at Folkestone. I could probably tell you when it was opened roughly, but you were just telling me a few little bits and pieces, so I'm assuming you know a little bit more about this place than I do.
No is a strong word. What I usually do, as people have seen them before, I go and buy a Middleton Press book. I'm not sponsored by Middleton Press, but they're really good. There's lots of old sort of photography and maps and stuff which are really useful. So one of the things I found out about Folkestone Harbour, and I didn't realise this when I was initially looking at coming down here, is I thought there was one big long sort of S-shaped platform. So it kind of stood by it here, and it kind of goes round.
Yep.
And you can see just behind us that there's kind of a break in the platform, which I assumed they put in during the renovations, just kind of a landscaping feature. That's not true. There was actually two up platforms here. The one that you can see way off in the distance there, and then there was a break. And this pier kind of platform. And the reason for that was, here where there's this break, there was a yard over there, and it was actually this kind of sort of not designed very well, this station. We were just talking about it, that there was two up platforms. There was one direct here for the boat, and then one sort of just for the harbour station, and then there was a footbridge here, I believe, that linked the two together. Yeah, so closed very recently, 2001-ish, I want to say, and there's plenty of YouTube videos where you can see some old 73s crossing the swing bridge and that. That's right, yeah.
But we're not here to give you a major history lesson, but obviously there's some quirky bits of history here. We're here to have a bit of a stroll around today and see what we can find.
And I can see some old wagons over there.
Yes, let's go explore. This is like is it a restaurant? Quayside casual dining.
Wow, you can eat in them, that's cool. I'm going to have to come back here now.
Yeah, this is really cool. So we're just discussing a bit of the history of why this closed very late. And I read, again, very sketchy history before we left. This harbour closed mainly because of the Channel Tunnel. Does that sound right? Am I getting that right, Andy?
It's one of the reasons I think that it closed, and I'm always surprised at how late some of these boat train operations actually lasted.
Yeah.
And yes, one of the reasons is the Channel Tunnel, and then they thought, well, it's not really worth us maintaining the station, we'll just close it, we can't afford to upgrade it.
Yeah.
The weird thing is I know there's a lot of new development going on down here at Folkestone Harbour. I think they want to put up more housing. That might be quite useful for local people to have a station. However, it is a really nice place to come and chill out and relax, and it is a wonderful public space. So,
and it fits in very. One thing we haven't discussed yet is Andy and Victoria are making a sort of a wider video about the whole picture of reusing old railway infrastructure and what it's for, what's good, what's bad, and so obviously I think we're going to put our videos out roughly the same time. So we'll try and link it to their video as well. But do make sure you watch that as well, because that very much fits in with, if you guys like this channel, you'll definitely like theirs as well, and obviously that video in particular.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah. Right, so we're just talking about gradients, and you're never going to be able to see this because I'm on a 10mm lens at the moment. Maybe if I put it to 18. Anyway, the point being, we're going to talk about gradients in a minute, but if you can see it, right there is the harbour station, and you may be able to see in the distance the viaduct right at the top. And do we know what length? No, we don't. I haven't got a clue.
It's in here somewhere.
Yeah, let's say half a mile.
Shall I look it up so that we're actually...
But the point I'm trying to make is the significant... Oh, look at that.
Half a mile.
The point I'm trying to make is the significant gradient, which we will look at now. So we're right back at the top of the harbour, let's say the top of the harbour, and we are at the lower point of the gradient, which went back up to the main line. So did we say 1 in 30, I want to say?
I put my book away.
You put your book away. Well, we're just going to guess 1 in 30. I'll put here if it's not 1 in 30.
Thing, like, come up there.
Ching. But I'm going with 1 in 30. Gradient. So if we just do that, I don't know if the camera is going to show the start of the gradient. I think it probably does. We were talking earlier about engines having bank engines. Is that the right term?
Yeah, that's right. So they couldn't use the big mainline locos on this line because the gradient's so severe. So they had lots of little tank locos, sometimes 2 or 3 on the front of the train, or 2 on the front, 1 at the back, to help it up the gradient. Also, whilst we're at this point as well, so the line goes up to the top of the main line, as I said, and goes round to the right, and it had to go into a siding for it to go back towards London. Right. So for access from London from the west, from Folkestone Central and West and the line up to London and Ashford, trains would approach from that way, go into Folkestone East Station, which is now disused. I think there's a platform up there. Go into this siding and then reverse down this incline down to Folkestone Harbour.
So quite a faff, let's say, to yeah.
Yes, awkward, yeah.
Onwards back into the harbour buildings.
Guys, thank you for watching another episode of Every Disused Station from here at
Folkestone Harbour.
Don't forget to
do all the subscribing and the clicking and...
Are you...
We'll see you at the next stop.